Well, it is a lovely Wednesday evening, and I was about to sit on the couch and watch a show, and the kids are in bed, and BAM! No, the couch didn't flip over. I flipped it over because I went practically right through the bottom of it, and I need to investigate what's going on. And basically, I'll give you a little hint. Right about there. We blew a spring. So I gotta pull some staples and pull the under fabric stuff and see what's going on. Oh, I opened up just enough of the undercover fabric-y stuff to see what's going on inside, and it is, as you can see, exactly what I suspected. We have a spring that has come loose from the frame. I think it's fixable, but I've only taken off the fabric from there to there, not even half of the front of the couch, so I need to take off probably the whole side and half of the bottom, open that up so that I can see what kind of framing I can reattach the spring to. So much for me relaxing tonight. I've got furniture to fix. Alright, couch is opened up, and thanks to my stubby little friend, we got the spring reattached. Now I'm not going to put the bottom fabric back on quite yet. We're going to do a sit test to make sure that everything's put back together. And then I'll staple up the bottom fabric and get the leg put back on. But there we go. The spring is firmly attached to the frame. And by the way, since I'm inside of a couch, it is ridiculous how little material actually goes into furniture. There's got to be less than $20 worth of recycled lumber and poor staples holding this expensive piece of furniture together. It's a little bit ridiculous how flimsy the framing is on this stuff. Sit test number 1. It's more sinky than it used to be, but less than it was 20 minutes ago. I would still recommend sitting in the other two. Well, here's our real estate update. Our house is still for sale, and we still haven't found a house. There's the quick update. We've had a few showings this week of our house, and we got another one tomorrow. Basically, our neighborhood, a lot of the houses have sold in the last week or two, which means there aren't a lot to choose from in our neighborhood, so I think we're getting some more activity because of that. Also, our real estate agent is going to, they've got the feature section of the real estate newspaper for, I think, next week. And they've chosen our house as their feature. And with that, we're going to do an open house next weekend. So maybe that'll drum up some business. We'll have to wait and see. But that being said, we still don't have anywhere to move to, so we're still looking. To prep for the open house, we're hoping this weekend to clean up the basement a bit and make it look more lived in. And get that tidied up, and she's got a permanent marker. What are you doing? Where'd you find that? Can I have it? Please. It looks like I'm going to have to take it from her, because there's no way I'm letting her run around the house with a permanent marker. Anyways, we got some tidying up to do in the backyard. Both the yards need to be cut. We planted some grass around a garden the other day. We'll keep that watered. And there's just some weeding and stuff we need to get done before next weekend too. So we got a busy couple of days ahead of us. Yeah, it's a good thing you can't take the cap off. Okay, see? Thank you. It's my marker.
Hey guys, alright, so I admit it, this week I have been a very bad vlogger. I have hardly picked up the camera at all. Excuse you. What are you doing? What are you doing in there? He doesn't like being in there, but he is bugging the other dogs, so we need to give Buster his break. Anyway, so we are tackling this room next, the family room, because I was saying how I did not like how it looked, and it was a little bit just unfinished, and you know, the decor was kind of cheap and chintzy. So we are trying to do something about that with, you know, cheap methods, I guess. Anyway, we're not painting, we are sponging the walls. This is just coat 1. That means that we don't actually have to paint the existing color away. We just have to, we're using actually the color from the kitchen that we use to save money. So we are just sponging that on in a random pattern. And Brian has actually just gone to the store to get a slightly darker version of this so that we can add depth. And in addition to that, more importantly, Brian is actually getting all new baseboards because, in my opinion, nothing dates a house faster than original baseboards, which is what we have in the majority of the house. So Brian is getting baseboards to do the bottom. He's getting crown molding to go around the top. We're going to do the casings of the door. And just because he's going to get the contractor pack to you know, get a discount on it, we're going to do the hallway and probably these doors as well, and probably the one into Allie's bedroom. We are gonna do our best to update this room, and hopefully we get it all done today, because I would really love to work on the garden again tomorrow.
Alright. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning, 8:30, and I'm going to get started on a garden project. I got to make this a quick project because I still have to wrap up the downstairs family room project later today by installing some more trim and stuff once Leslie gets the paint done. But, garden project, we need to clean up this mess. All the weeds got sprayed, and they've kind of just died. And because we are hoping to move, we didn't really plant anything in the gardens this year, so they just look like hell. I tore apart this garden last weekend, so it's looking good, but these ones are still full. And we still have the frame from the greenhouse too, so I'm going to shovel some gravel, take down a garden, take down a greenhouse, and plant some grass.
Okay, so we are on day 2 now of the paint this room project. Now, this wall has not been touched at all, but the rest of the room has been completely sponge painted. The only reason this wall hasn't been done yet is because it was late last night. Allie was sleeping in the room next to it, and I didn't think it was fair to her to hear tap, 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 tap from the sponge all night long. And so that means that I gotta finish up that wall and then move on to step 2, which is this part, where I'm adding in the light brown and the dark brown to give it some contrast. And here, I'll step back a bit. There we go. So that was just the test area. That will be roughly what it looks like when it's done, except it'll be up top and down below. Here's a closer up view. And I've done some of this wall as well, and some of that wall has got some of the darker browns on it. Overall, I'm liking the way it's coming together. It's definitely a bit busier, but I think once we get, you know, the pictures and stuff up on the wall, and the curtains rehung, and all the crown molding done, and the new trim and baseboards and all that, I think it'll look actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working, and we're gonna get this room done today, hopefully.
Alright, Sunday about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Task 1 of the day is now done. It wasn't too bad. The kids refused to help at all, but we're done. I've got the sprinkler going. The one garden's completely gone. I moved the tomatoes. Hopefully the tomatoes take, we'll see. And we got grass seed down. So I'm going to keep the water on this for probably the whole day to see if we can get those tomatoes to come. And yeah, so this job's done. Now it's inside. We're going to feed the kids some lunch. And I'll have to figure out what the afternoon tasks are going to be. Well, it's Sunday night, and it's been a very long, very busy weekend. In between Friday cleaning the house, getting everything ready for a couple of house showings, and then Saturday and today with the garden projects and the family room painting renovation type project. Now, we didn't get the paint done, but we got a good chunk of it done. And we'll wrap up hopefully the rest of the painting tomorrow. And after work tomorrow I'm going to get some of the trim on. So here's where we stand. Here's where we stand now. So kind of a brown, tan, green hued sponge paint. And it's actually turning out pretty well. It's nice, I like it. The process is pretty involved, but it's turning out quite nice. As I said, I don't know if you can see that, the baseboards and the crown molding is not on yet, but I'm going to get that started tomorrow. I've got the product, it's in the basement. So I just need to cut it and get the compressor out and tack those up, and that'll be done. And then I also got 2 new lights to replace the old broken ceiling fan. There's 2 ceiling fans, the other one's not so much broken, but we got the 2 new flush mount light fixtures just to spruce the place up a bit. And I don't know, they weren't that expensive, so I'll get those up at some point this week too. So it's Sunday night, I'm exhausted and I got a busy day at work tomorrow, so I'm going to bed. Leslie's gonna edit the vlog and get that uploaded for tomorrow. And we got a busy week here to finish off the room and get ready for the big open house next weekend. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Anyways, good night, and we'll see you next week.